Hello, welcome to Keele University and this virtual postgraduate open event. My name's Hugo and I'm a postgraduate student recruitment manager here at Keele, and I will be your host today as we talk to you about why you might want to select Keele for your postgraduate studies, hear some information about the university, and talk to some key interested people who can tell you a bit more about it. The way that this morning session is going to go is that for the next half an hour, we're going to have a welcome talk. We're then going to give you the opportunity to talk to your potential academics. So there will be sessions available with all our different subject areas. We will also have professional services teams, so that's things like student support, financial support, visas and immigration. So if you've got any more practical questions about studying at Keele, you've got people who can answer those for you as well. All throughout today and on demand whenever you'd like to have a look, we have virtual campus tours available on the website. Keele's beautiful campus is one of the main reasons why students select Keele besides our strong academics. And so it's really a good idea to get a sense for the campus environment and see if you'd like to fit in with the Keele community. My first very special guest today is Professor Mark Ormerod, our Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Provost. Mark.
Okay, thanks very much, Hugo. So good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending where you're joining us from. As Hugo says, I'm Mark Ormerod, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Provost, and it's a great pleasure to have the opportunity to formally welcome you to our Postgraduate Open Day today. And today's event is aimed at a broad audience of prospective postgraduate students, whether you be current Keele undergraduate students in your final year, whether you're studying at another university, considering coming to Keele for postgraduate study, whether you're in the workplace looking to return to study as a mature student, and in particular, if you're a prospective student from one of our international markets. And I am aware that you may well be joining us from very different times of the day. So in terms of key messages, I'm going to say a little bit about Keele University as a place for postgraduate study, and then following me, one of our postgraduate students will say a little bit more about her direct experience. I'll say a little bit about some of the benefits of postgraduate study and why, as a current undergraduate student, you might consider continuing your studies at postgraduate level. So, deciding which university and course and experience that's right for postgraduate study is a significant decision. And so I'll just say a little bit about Keele. Keele was founded just over 75 years ago in 1949. It's a very different institution from what it was then. It's grown by a huge amount. We've seen big increase in our overall student population, both our undergraduate and our postgraduate student body. But fundamentally, a lot about Keele is still quite similar. It's founded as a different type of university with a different social purpose to reflect a different kind of society, and that's just as relevant now, if not more relevant, than it was when Keele was founded. The growth in Keele is in part due to a lot of new exciting programs, which again you may already have some insight to, as well as strong growth in some of our existing programs, a number of which, or a lot of those, we've redesigned completely to make them more relevant and even better for 2025. And we've got an expanding portfolio, a lot of new programs in health, in business and management, in computer science, digital technology, AI, data science, in psychology and forensic science, in biomedical sciences, bioengineering, and sustainability and green technology. So a really broad range of attractive and highly relevant courses. And Keele's seen substantial increase in the number of its international students, both at undergraduate level and in particular at postgraduate level in recent years. And that reflects that Keele is very much a global and an international university. Having said all that, despite our strong growth, Keele remains, as Hugo has sort of alluded to, a relatively small campus university. It's a broad-based university with a wide range of subjects, all the way from medicine, health sciences, through the natural sciences, so biological sciences, biomedical, bioengineering, chemical forensic sciences, psychology, green technology and sustainability, through to business and management, law, social science, and media and creative industries. We have put a lot of effort into redesigning, significantly expanding our postgraduate portfolio across all our areas of academic provision. So I've just gone through a number of those. We've added sport to that, adding more in computer science, more in business and management, expanding strong growth in AI, in biomedical sciences, new provision in forensic science, which is very popular. We've seen really strong growth in public health and in other areas of health with our nursing and our physiotherapy courses. Sorry, slight mistake on the slides. So our campus, as Hugo said, is a fantastic asset. It's a beautiful campus. It's a very large campus, one of the largest campuses in Europe. It's a fully integrated campus, which means it's got all the facilities you would need actually on the campus. It's got a compact core for the academic purpose of the university, but also a lot of the social side life as well, whilst having the opportunity very quickly to relax on what is a beautiful campus. And it's particularly beautiful at the moment as spring has definitely arrived in the UK. Very vibrant campus. It's very akin to a small town with 13,000 students, over 2,000 staff. We have a large integrated science and business park on the campus. We've got shops, we've got sports facilities, we've got bars, we've got doctor's surgery, we've got pharmacy. So very, very much like a small town, albeit a small town with a very high number of students. One of the things that I'd like to kind of just mention a little bit is around our Keele's very strong commitment to environmental sustainability, which has been recognised through lots of awards, including a major one around planetary health, where we were ranked #1 in the world that just came out last week. So genuine sector leader, and we try as a university to embed sustainability into our research, into our education, as well as into the overall campus and our community. We have on our campus a renewable energy park, which has 12,500 solar panels, 2 wind turbines, and supplies over half of our electricity needs, sometimes over 100%, where we then export the excess to the local community, sometimes a bit less. And that's then integrated with a smart energy network demonstrated, making the campus a real living laboratory for smart and environmental technologies. One of the things I also want to draw attention to is Keele's reputation for student experience. We really highly prioritise the student experience, and it's really important to us that we deliver a high quality education, but a high quality student experience. And that's been consistently recognised. For example, in 2022 Student Crowd Awards, we were ranked as the best university in the United Kingdom by our students. And I think another thing that I really want to talk about with Keele is our commitment to excellence in both teaching and research. So Keele is a research-led university. It's well ranked for its research. Over 80% of our research is classified as world leading or internationally excellent. But at the same time, that's not at the expense of a real focus on education, on excellence in education. And so one of only 15 universities to have been awarded gold in both the teaching excellence frameworks in the United Kingdom, but also one of only 15 universities where you can point to having really strong excellence in research, but also having a gold in recognition of our outstanding education. In recent years, we've put a lot of focus on our teaching facilities. For example, our central science laboratories, the David Attenborough laboratories for biosciences, biomedical science, bioengineering. Just opened this year new healthcare skills and simulation suite. Which got, for example, a hospital ward. General practitioner surgery, operating theatre, CT scanner for students studying all the programmes across medicine and health sciences, crime scene simulation house for forensic science students, etc., as well as wider facilities for more informal student learning. And then our student who's following me is better placed to talk about this really than me, but as Keele really prides itself on a very strong sense of community, very friendly, very supportive, very approachable, really inclusive, very diverse university. All of those make up for a really friendly and supportive campus environment, and being part of an academic community that really makes the experience of our students a really good one, a strong focus on education. And that's underpinned by really fantastic student support services for all aspects of support that a student might need during their study. So the final slide really is really around what advantages there are around postgraduate study, and I think most of you will be aware of these or already considered these, but opening up future opportunities, the possibility to change your subject specialism a little bit, possibility to increase your subject specialism, vocational, more into areas of particular high employment or high demand, potentially higher salary prospects, some simply just real genuine interest and passion in the subject. All really strong reasons to consider postgraduate study, whether that's progressing directly from an undergraduate degree or returning to study from employment because you want to advance yourself or move into a different area. And I think just to finish before I hand over to Grace is we also offer, alongside kind of a full campus experience with full-time courses, we also offer flexible postgraduate study mode. So the ability to study fully online postgraduate studies in business and management, computer science, education, public health. We've got over 1,000 postgraduate students studying Keele degrees, fully online courses, where we still bring that kind of Keele kind of quality, but it's a fully online course where you may actually never come to campus at all, although we'd love you to come to campus and we'd love you to come to graduation when you complete your degree. And I think, again, Grace will be able to say a little bit more, but one of the things that's key around postgraduate study as well is providing a lot of opportunities for student enrichment outside of the teaching, the actual education, in terms of global challenge lectures, learning a language, placement opportunities, consultancy projects, etc. All really important, and we put a lot of effort into how we can increase the quality enrich our postgraduate courses to increase your attractiveness when you finish. So that's all I'm going to say today. I'm going to hand over to Grace now, who will say a little bit about her own personal experience as a postgraduate student at Keele. But I hope you find today really useful, that you're able to talk to colleagues, that whether that's specific academic colleagues in the areas that you're interested in, or whether it's professional service colleagues talking about, for example, student support, finance, etc. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. It's very kind of you to join us.
Okay, thank you.
So, just whilst we change over, I'm going to talk to you about placements. Yes, there we go. Traditionally, postgraduate students have had lower opportunities for placements than a lot of undergraduate students. However, at Keele, we're trying to rectify that balance. A lot of our courses will involve placement modules or placement projects available with things like business. You can do a consultancy project where you get hired by a real firm to do a piece of consultancy. You've got lots and lots of really good opportunities available to you for that kind of thing. If you're doing a placement that's integrated into your course, it won't affect your visa if you are studying as an international student. But if you want to do a placement outside of your course, then that will impact on your 20 hours a week that you're allowed to work in the UK. So my next guest is Grace, who is a current postgraduate student here at Keele. Grace, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Morning, everyone. I'm Grace. I'm doing human geography and sustainability, but I've also been at Keele for 5 years now, which has gone so quickly. But I did a foundation year in social science and then an undergrad in geography as well. So hopefully I can kind of speak a bit about what it's like being here. So the KPA is probably the highlight of everyone's experience when they're a postgrad student. There's kind of two parts to it. So the KPA is a clubhouse, which is kind of where everyone meets. It does great pints, but also during the day, it's a really big social hub for postgrad students where people will be studying in there. They do discounts on food, but also you can book out spaces. So I've joined a book club there, so if I've managed to read the book in time, I'll meet there once a month and chat with lots of postgrad students. But it's also like a normal students' union where they represent postgrad issues. They kind of advocate for you. You can get involved in a lot of different ways. So yeah, it's a really great place, and it's right in the middle of campus. And yeah, they'll do like live bands sometimes and all that sort of thing. It's really good. So living at Keele, you can live on campus. It's a really great campus to live on. There's loads of green spaces and also lots of different types of accommodation. So you can have en-suites or you can share. It's kind of whatever you like. There's a lot of different options. There's lots of different price points. So if you're a new student coming to Keele, it's a great way to meet lots of people, kind of get settled in, and yeah, make lots of friends really quickly. So these are our facilities. You can see right there, it's Greg's. That's my favourite place on campus. They do great food. It's quite new as well. We also have a co-op, which is great for like a kind of a top-up shop, but we've also just next door, you can see on the slide, we've got the pharmacy. So we've actually got a GP on campus, which is definitely really great when you're feeling rough and under the weather, you're living on campus and you want to go and get checked out. The doctors are great. They're used to seeing all sorts of students come in, so they're really, really helpful. We've also got things like the chapel. We've got a library which is 24 hours in term time, so especially when you're doing a master's and you've got these really full-on deadlines, it can be really helpful. And then yeah, we've got lots of different sort of spaces. It's all round right in the middle as well, so it's kind of like a village centre. So our student services as well are great. We've got lots of different options. I've accessed them a lot of times. I think they're really great for things like kind of summer internships I've recently talked to them about, but also They have great academic mentors. If you need financial help, then you can go to them. But also it's really great that they've got a specific help around visas. So a lot of students, that's really, really helpful. So on our campus, we've got a direct bus route. So the number 25 is the one everyone's always on, but it goes all the way around campus and then also all the way down to the bus station in the centre. So that's about a 10-minute bus away. It's direct, which is really great. And then from there you can go to the station to get to the airport, so you can get to Manchester really quickly. You can get to Birmingham, Liverpool super easily. And Newcastle's great as well because it's where a lot of people in second, third year might live as well. So it's got lots of things to do around there. So that's Newcastle there, just a nice picture in the sun. But Newcastle is great for us as a student town. They offer a lot of student sort of discounts and things like that. We've got a Wetherspoons, which is probably everyone's highlight, but also lots of different we've got a cinema. I think there's an axe throwing place that's new as well. There's also markets, so there's a really good vegan market. I'm a human geographer, so a vegan market's definitely a bit of me, but yeah, lots of different options. And then we've also just slightly further out, we've got Alton Towers, but we've also got Trentham Monkey Forest. That's really cool. It's hard to explain, so you're just going to have to come and see. But there's also Trentham as well, which is a really nice open ground. Yeah, and then we've also got the Peak District just nearby. I really love going there. You can go on lots of good walks, but also just kind of get out a bit further into nature. But then you've also got Liverpool, Manchester. So if you fancy a big day out as well with all your friends from your courses and stuff, that's quite popular. I do that quite a lot with my friends.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you very much, Grace.
Yeah.
Just one last question from me.
Sure.
When you were sort of accessing help about summer internships, what kind of support were you able to get? Well,
they're great. So my department, geography, they have a specific dedicated person to help me find support. So her name's India, but I've reached out a few times to her and she'll meet with me. She'll kind of show me the different options. We'll talk through kind of maybe how I could change my CV to make sure I kind of get to an interview. And then we did interview prep as well, and she kind of finds those jobs that are really suited to my course, because for me, doing human geography, I'm in that kind of grey area where it's not quite a science, but it's also it's more of a social science, but often sustainability, it can be quite difficult to find stuff that's in the middle. So she was really, really helpful. So I'm starting one soon, and I've done one before as well, and that's I think made me feel like I can really make the most out of my degree.
That's brilliant news, and yeah, good luck on your placement.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're just going to finish with a bit of practical advice for international students. We will have additional teams available for the drop-in part of the open session, so things like the visa team, the finance team and student support, so you can get a bit more information from there. But just to go over some of the sort of key questions that we tend to get from our international students. So first up, we're going to talk about the international scholarships that we have available. Our fees for international students are, of course, a bit higher than they are for UK students, but as a result, we do give some generous scholarships. So the general scholarship we have for our postgraduate international students is the Postgraduate Global Scholarship. It awards £3,000 to £5,000, depending on how well you've done in your bachelor's or undergraduate degree. It's only based on that bachelor's degree. So if you've done something like a bachelor's and then a master's, or a bachelor's and then work experience, that's great. That might help you to get an offer if you have not quite got the grades that we're looking for in your bachelor's, but the scholarship will only be based on the grade of your bachelor's degree. That sort of upper end of £5,000 though is a really good discount on your fees. Keele's one of the less expensive universities in the UK anyway, As Mark mentioned, we produce a lot of our energy on campus, which can help us have some lower fees compared to some of our competitors. And so we have some really good opportunities there if you're slightly worried about the already quite high cost of studying in the UK. You'll get notification of if you've got that global scholarship on your unconditional offer letter. So if you've only got your conditional offer letter so far, don't worry. You don't need to worry about it just yet. You'll get the notification when you've got your unconditional offer letter, because that's where we'll know exactly what all your grades are, and we'll be able to let you know at that point. The other scholarship that's worth talking about is the Great Scholarship. So as you can see on the screen, this is only available for some countries and for some courses. But if you're looking to do, for example, a master's degree in law from Nigeria or Ghana, or a master's degree in business or computing from India, Pakistan or Bangladesh, you might be able to get a £10,000 scholarship. As you can see from the screen, there's only one available per country, so it is competitive. And unlike the global scholarship, you do have to apply. But it's very much worth doing so if you've got a good academic background. The assessment will be made on your personal statement and the strength of your previous grades. So if you think that you're looking competitive in that way, very much worth an application. So the other bit of advice I want to give is about application support. So, applying for a UK visa, making a UK application to university is a slightly tricky thing. Obviously, you don't want to get it wrong, but there is a lot of support available to you. The most direct support that you can get would be from one of our regional teams. So they work with me, helping our international students through the application process, making sure that you've got everything you need. You can see there some contact details for if you are in one of those regions covered by one of our offices. It's a really good way of getting some extra support. A lot of you will be in touch with them already, or you might be working with an agent. So we have a long list of approved agents at Keele, so that's absolutely fine if you do want to work with an agent. It's worth, though, checking that your agent is one of our approved agents, which you can do on our website. That webpage will also tell you about what to expect from an agent, what help the agent should give you. It'll explain a bit the relationship between the agent and the university, so that you know that you're in good hands whilst they're helping you with your application. Especially when it comes to things like applying for your UK study visa, working with an agent can be a real benefit. Then, if you've got any smaller questions, so anything specific that you want to know, any specific person you want to get in touch with, our inquiries team is a really good way of asking some of those smaller questions. You can email us, you can call us, but we also have a WhatsApp, so you can just send us a message and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. So really easy to ask any small questions you might have. So that is the end of our welcome talk. To reiterate the other opportunities available today, if you want to go and speak to one of your potential academics, we now have those breakout rooms available. We also have the professional services teams available. Really good to talk to, especially if you are an international student. Having a chat to the visa team, for example, at this stage, will put you in a really good position, knowing sort of the steps ahead for getting a UK study visa. So it's a really good opportunity. And then, as I say, the virtual tour is a really good opportunity. You don't have to do it today. although it might be a good thing to do whilst you're thinking about it. Maybe after you've had a chat with your academic, you might want to have a look around and see our beautiful campus. Unlike everything else today, though, that is available all the time on the website, so always accessible if you'd like to have a look around. Thank you very much for coming to our welcome talk. Thank you very much to Mark and Grace for your presentations. We hope you found this useful, and we hope that you find the next section of the Postgraduate Open event useful. If you do have any questions off the back of today, as I say, do feel free to get in touch, either with the inquiries information. Again, you can find that on our website. If you just type in Keele University inquiries on Google, there'll be a full contact us page that you can find, or you can get in touch with one of our regional teams. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the event.